Trinity is going to resume in-person worship on May 23rd. One of the questions I know you have, because I have it, is it safe to get together? We hear so many different things. What are we doing? Well, Trinity, we're taking our cues from the Indiana-Kentucky Synod and the CDC. The CDC recently released a chart which the Indiana-Kentucky Synod shared with leaders throughout the Synod. I'll put it up here on the screen. I'll also have a link to it in the video description. We note a couple of things on this handy chart that tells you, how safe activities are inside and outside, and whether or not you're wearing a mask, whether or not you're vaccinated. We note a couple of upsetting indoor items. Third from the bottom, sing in an indoor chorus. That's dangerous. And right above it, attend full capacity worship service. Even masked, these things are not safe indoor activities for the unvaccinated. Note that they are safe for the fully vaccinated if the fully vaccinated mask. And we know from stats in Indiana and Porter County that we are not even at half of the eligible population fully vaccinated yet. So this is our reality. We have to assume if anyone's coming in, they may not be fully vaccinated. And of course, anybody who's not eligible, we know they haven't received it. So indoors has problems. We also note the major color shift above that indoor-outdoor line. We see that there are, crowded events and small events that are listed there, and some are better than others. We're not really sure what makes an event be crowded, what the magic number is. There doesn't seem to be one. It has to do with distancing, how far apart you are. Are you packed right on top of each other, or is there a little bit of space between you? Because what it comes down to is that outdoors, the aerosols that could be carrying COVID-19, that could be carrying coronavirus, those aerosols dissipate. And if you leave a little bit of room between households, those aerosols don't have a chance to get in any serious amount to the people around you. So if you're sick and don't know it, you still can't pass the disease along. I mean, you can, but it's going to be very tricky, very hard. Outdoors becomes safe. In fact, it's safe enough outdoors that singing outdoors is okay if you're masked. That's not on the chart here, but that is something we know from other sources. One of the things we do to make a crowd safe for the unvaccinated is mask, even if we are vaccinated. Masking reduces the likelihood that anything that might be in me that I'm immune to because of my vaccination still is not going to get onto you if you're not vaccinated. So masking is going to be something we ask everyone to do. In fact, that's the first thing we're going to do when we gather outside is we will mask, even outdoors for now. It's an act of welcome, hospitality, and love of neighbor for anybody who is there. I don't need to wear a mask outdoors because I am fully vaccinated, but I am going to ask you to do something, and so I'm going to do it too. We're all going to mask. That's rule number one. You can take the mask off when you take communion, get a drink of water, put it back on when you're done, all right? Second thing that I want to lift up that we're doing, and that has to do with the amount of room that we have available to us. There's actually more room on our courtyard than there is in the general seating area in our nave. Our lawn is actually fairly large. Now, yeah, there's a tree that's like right in what we're going to use as the front of it. We'll work around somehow. But there is a lot of room. Right? There's plenty of room. We can maintain a distance between households. 6 feet's a good target to aim for. Keep your households together. That ensures any aerosols go away rather than going straight at your neighbor, and helps this outdoor event be a small event rather than a crowded event. Another thing that I want to lift up is we'll be worshiping in person twice a week, Sunday and Wednesday. Sunday 9 a.m., Wednesday 6:30 p.m. Now, those services are not identical. They would be completely different. You may find that the Wednesday service has a smaller crowd, or maybe a larger one, I don't know, it depends. You may find that that's the size crowd you're more comfortable with. If you need to pick one of the two, go ahead and do that. Like I said, they're not identical services, but that might be what makes you comfortable. And finally, remember, we are going to maintain an online presence. No, it's not the same as being in person, and no, it will not be the same as the recorded and edited worship that we've been doing since March of 2020. But we will be online. If you're not able to make it, you can participate still, all right? So our 4 things: we are going to mask, even outdoors. We are going to maintain some distance on what is a fairly large worship space, larger than what we would have in general seating here. We're going to worship twice a week. They're not identical, but they're 2 separate options, and you may find one is a size that you're more comfortable with. And we are going to still have an online presence. You can participate even if you're not able to be here in person. Look forward to seeing you when you are comfortable being here. May 23rd is when we begin.